Shalom. I want to start off this video by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Bahashim Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and grace and peace to you elect around the four winds, believing and pushing this truth in all sincerity. May the blessing of election be upon your houses. This is your fellow servant, Rokoyer from the GMS Orlando camp, coming at you with a news and prophecy. All right, I caught one of this article earlier today, which really is a sign of the times. I just want to get into it through the Spirit. Lord willing to edify unto you like Akim and Aguaf out there. All right, because just as the elder apostle Tahar deemed this year the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. All right, this year started off with a bang. All right, it started off on fire. It started off with mass levels of exposure. All right, both of the truth and of wickedness. And it started off with mass levels of judgment as well. All right, and this is yet another judgment from Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. All right, and the article I'm getting into today is from Arkansas Times or arctimes.com. And it's entitled, Racist Slurs Hurled, Fight Breaks Out at Conway Business, leads to NAACP and ministerial meetings. All right, and this is a brawl that took place January 9th, which were only 11 days in to this so-called new year. All right, and we've already had so much happen, all right, to the point to where this year has started off like no other. And through the Spirit, we can see that things are being set up and set in place for the time of Jacob's trouble and for the hour of temptation to be fully set in place. So for us to hopefully elect and seeing these things, all right, we were measuring the times, like it says in 2 Ezra, the 9th chapter. All right, as we see the judgments of the Lord take place, all right, and this truth being exposed on a mass level, all right, we're measuring the times diligently. All right, we see, what the Lord has coming down the pipeline through the Spirit. All right, we see the hour of temptation and the day of Jacob's trouble speedily approaching us. All right, we see the hour of temptation. We see Jacob's trouble speedily approaching us. All right, that time is coming, man. It's coming. All right, and what we speak about on a daily, weekly, monthly, yearly basis, all right, the same precepts that we read daily, weekly, yearly, are getting ready to become a reality. Jacob's trouble, the hour of temptation, the devil come down with great wrath. All right, all of these things are getting ready to become a reality. Right now it's just articles and videos, but eventually it's going to translate to reality. All right. And things like this are going to happen on a more frequent basis. All right, because Esau, the enemy, is going to show himself for who he truly is. Because right now, our people, I'll say this, the vast majority of our people still don't realize that they have enemies. And they refuse to acknowledge the elephant in the room. All right, being that Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, is our enemy. And he's been our enemy from the womb. But the vast majority of our people refuse to acknowledge that fact. And for that fact, they're going to be put to death. And for that fact, they're going to find themselves in a fate just like this. All right, where reading, it says, a fight that began with racial slurs and escalated into a violent brawl involved about 20 to 30 people outside of Conway Business over the weekend has led to criminal charges against 2 Edomite adults from nearby towns. Let's see. It gives you their names and, we're going to read down. It says, one Israelite male, all right, 16, suffered a severe laceration on his lips, perhaps from a knife that reportedly required 12 stitches. He also lost some teeth, according to police reports. And, there's a video out on what happened, and basically these Edomites were poking Jake up, man, poking them up. Adults, so-called adults, poking these teenage Jakes up, man, taking them up through there. All right, hurling racial slurs, just a natural showcase from Esau Edom. Esau resorting to his natural spirit. That's what that was. When you watch the video, you'll see for yourself. For obvious reasons, I can't play the video, here. But when you watch the video for yourself, you'll see Esau reverting to his natural spirit. And that's exactly what's getting ready to happen here in these latter days. All right, Esau is getting ready to revert to who he truly is. Spirits are getting ready to revert to who they truly are. The elect for the elect, the 2/3 for the 2/3, and these demons for who they are. Demons, man. Don't be fooled. The majority of people out here are demons. But their dials haven't been turned up yet because it's not the time. All right, it's not the time for their dials to be turned up yet. It's not the said measure hasn't been fulfilled yet. All right, but when the elect is sealed, all right, and the Lord sees fit, all right, to take his men through this hour of trouble and through the hour of temptation, these people are going to reveal themselves for who they truly are. And it's going to get hellish out here, man. Just like this. But in the case to come, there's not going to be any ambulances. We're not going to be reporting these things. We're going to be witnessing these things. Or we're going to be experiencing these things. You understand what I'm saying? All right. And this is a sign of the times because like the Lord said in Matthew, the 24th chapter and the 12th verse, it says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. All right. And this is a sign of the times. So when you read up in verse 3, it says, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, and the disciples came unto him privily, saying, tell us when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am a Mashiach, or I am anointed, and shall deceive many. All right, and we see many false prophets arising here in these latter days. All right, you have the newfound, all right, false prophets who have risen up. All right, you know who I'm talking about. All right, preaching this wayward doctrine about the heathens can be saved. All right, you have many claiming to be anointed by the Heavenly Father, claiming to be, Hamashiach, anointed of the Lord. All right, but are preaching heresies and false doctrines. This is a sign of the times. And it's happening on a more frequent basis. All right, that's what we're looking at. All right, as we measure the times, all right, we measure the frequency on how things are happening. All right. And as you read down from verse 4, on down, all right, you see that these prophecies are taking place on a more frequent basis, letting us know that the Lord is closer than he's ever been. The Lord is closer than he's ever been. And he's only going to draw closer from here on out. So that means that these prophecies are going to take place on a more frequent basis. All right. It says, verse 12, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. All right. And because iniquity is abounding, all right, sin upon sin, all right, is abounding, the love of many is waxing cold. All right. You see more and more judgments, all right, harsh, grievous judgments taking place that you've never seen before, or that wasn't, or more taboo judgments, all right, that weren't previously recorded or weren't previously reported on, being brought out more frequently. Why is this? Because the love of many is waxing cold. There's no more love here in America. That whole quote unquote love spirit is out the window, man. It's turning back into a dog-eat-dog world. The very same way that America was conceived is the very same way America is reverting back to. A dog-eat-dog world. But in that, in Matthew 24:12, this is what you see: the love of many waxing cold. Or you have Edomite adults poking up, teenage Jakes just off of straight up drunken behavior. They call it liquid courage. And that oil gave Esau the courage to be who he truly is, man. Because you best believe that off the oil, Esau, their conversations about you, Jakes, is not what you think it is. And I have personal account. I work with a whole bunch of Idumeans. I'm talking about real deal Idumeans that talk, man. And they really show how they feel about Israelites. All right. And their last thought about the Israelite man, woman, or child is how they're going to help you. All right. What's first and foremost on their mind is how they're going to destroy you, like it says in Sirach, the 12th chapter, man. All right. And the 13th chapter as well. But it says he also lost some teeth, according to police reports. Police records obtained under the Arkansas Freedom of Information Act indicate Kennedy continued to use obscenities and racial slurs even after officers arrived on the scene. Let's see. The fight, which began with about 10 people, apparently started after someone made fun of one or more Israelite youths walking with their hands tucked into their pants in an effort to keep their hands warm. In the video below, Kennedy can be seen drunkenly walking like that, apparently to parody the youth. All right, another thing you Jakes are what's going to hit you Jakes for a surprise, all right, is that, the Lord is going to visit you in your security. Because Jake is walking around America like, shit is sweet here. Like everything's all right. That, Jake has this preconceived notion that we're on the up and up, when in reality, things are failing here in America. Things are failing. But Jake has this preconceived notion that, our people are on the rise and that, things are getting better for our community and we're doing better than we ever have. But the fact of the matter is, we're doing worse than we ever have. As a community, as a nation, we're doing worse than we ever have been. But a lot of Jakes are in the security. And by that very same security, the Lord is going to destroy 2/3 of so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. All right, let's get that. In Sirach, or Ecclesiastes 5 and 7 and 6. Yeah. Verse 4. Say not I have sinned, and what harm hath happened unto me? For the Lord is long suffering, he will in no wise let thee go. Concerning propitiation, be not without fear to add sin unto sin. And say not his mercy is great, he will be pacified for the multitude of my sins. For mercy and wrath come from him, and his indignation resteth upon sinners. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day, for suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed, and perish in the day of vengeance. And you think them Jakes thought that day that they were going to get poked up by a group of Edomites? No. They were in their security, walking with their hands in their pants, probably talking shit, bullshitting. They were in their security. And they heard the word of the Lord. You know, because the word of the Lord is everywhere, man. You can't say that you haven't heard the word of the Lord. I don't want to hear that shit. The word of the Lord is everywhere. It's around the four corners of the globe. You have Israelites in Mexico, the UK, Australia, Puerto Rico. You have the Israelites in every state here in America. You have Israelites in Jamaica. You have Israelites in London, Germany. All right, you have Israelites, the true word of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, popping up around the four corners of the globe on the street corners. And on top of that, you have videos being uploaded 24/7 in every language. In every language. You even have a Holland Deaf Camp. So if you can't hear, you have it being signed off to you. So this word is reached. The warning has went out. And Jake is still in insecurity, walking around Babylon the Great as if things are sweet, man. As if they're secure in the society that's crumbling, man. But it says, make no tarrying to turn to the Lord and put on off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance, man. And that's exactly what happened to these Jakes, man. They perished in their security, man. The Lord visited them while they were secure. Just like the Apostle Tahar made a video yesterday, all right, going into a Jake that burned to death in a Tesla. All right, he was in his security, and the Lord visited him. He thought shit was sweet, doing good, riding good, as the brothers say. As the brothers say, Jake sliding good. Jake was sliding good. Probably eating good, living good. And got visited right then and there in that Tesla in his security. And that's going to happen to a lot more of our people, even Israelites who have found some type of security within Esau's system. The vengeance of the Lord is going to meet them in their security. And that's why it's important for us to hopefully to not tarry, to seek the Lord in the days of our youth, like it says in Ecclesiastes 12:1, while the evil days draw not. Seek the Lord now, all right, while the time is ripe. While the Lord is still having mercy, because in the times to come, the mercy is going to be withdrawn, just like the mercy was withdrawn during the time of Noah. Just like the mercy was withdrawn during the time of Sodom and Gomorrah. The mercy is going to be withdrawn during this time of America, Babylon the Great. So with that being said, we have to get the mercy while the mercy is still getting, while there's still mercy to get. And how do we do that? By, like it says in Romans the 12th chapter, being transformed by the renewing of our mind. Like it says in Joshua the 1st chapter, meditating upon the word of the Lord day and night. Like it says in Psalms 119, cleansing our way by the washing of this word. But it says the group escalated in size and became violent with shoving and hitting. A knife has since surfaced in one video. Have gone viral. Excuse me. Said today that some of the Edomites involved in the fight were already intoxicated. When the fight began, they clearly already had this hate and malice in their heart. The kids were just at the wrong place at the wrong time, Jeffrey said, which is the case for the majority of you Negroes, man. Always in the wrong place in the wrong time. Always in the wrong place in the wrong time, man. It says, we do believe it was a hate crime. The kids were targeted because of the color of their skin. We demand action. The children need to feel safe. The parents need to feel safe. The community needs to feel safe. That bullshit. And then it goes into all the, you can get it for yourself. But nevertheless, man, this is another showcase of the Lord's judgment, which is leading up into the day of Jacob's trouble and the hour of temptation. All right, because pretty soon the devil's getting ready to come down with great wrath. All right, this is Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. All right, and Esau Edom is getting ready to come down with great wrath because he knows he has a short time to rule in terror. Just believe, just as sure as we see Esau falling, he can see himself falling. He can feel himself falling. Just as we see it through the spirit, he can see it physically. His shit is done. His rulership, his hegemony, his dominion, his control is falling, is failing through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And he sees it just as well as the prophets of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai see it. So with that being said, he's going to put forth a last ditch effort, all right, to establish his Godhead in the earth with the MOTB, which is the RFID micro C-hit, man. And he's going to come down with great wrath, knowing that he has but a short time. All right, and that great wrath is going to entail a time of trouble for Jacob, Yahweh. All right, the 12 tribes of Israel, which today consists of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and American Indians. All right, that's going to entail of a very trying time. There's going to be wars, all right, civil wars, race wars, class wars. There's going to be sedition among men, pursuant to 2nd Register 15th chapter. All right, there's going to be martial law, pursuant to 2nd Register 15th chapter. All right, Egyptian against Egyptian, pursuant to Isaiah 19:19. The enemy is going to come in like a flood, pursuant to Isaiah 59:19. All right, we're coming into these times. And small things like this, although they may seem small, are going to add up to the bigger picture. It's going to add up to the bigger picture. This is just a precursor. Because the Lord is getting ready to move on behalf of his elect, because the righteous have been sighing and crying daily for the abominations that be done in the midst thereof, pursuant to Ezekiel the 9th chapter, man. All right, we've been sighing and crying daily. And the Lord has been hearing our prayers. Because if he wasn't, we wouldn't be at this point of prophecy. If the Lord wasn't hearing our prayers, we wouldn't be where we are today. So the very fact that we are where we are at this point of prophecy and at this point of our faith is a testament to how the Lord is hearing our prayers. And the devil's getting ready to come down with great wrath, man. All right, because he knows that he has but a short time. All right, and these Edomites, they're fed up, man. They're fed up with the way that their brethren have been treating them, the way that they've been gypped out of their blessing. All right, the way that they've been made to fight for crumbs off of their brethren's table, just as we've been made to fight for crumbs off of Esau's table for the whole of our lives. They're mad with the way their lives are going. They're mad at the way their marriages are playing out. They're mad at the ways that the laws are coming against them. They're mad at the ways they're mad at the way their 401k is playing out or not playing out. They're mad at the way their government is steering society. They're mad at the liberals, or they're mad at conservatives. They're mad at the far right hand or the far left hand. These Edomites are disgruntled. And a disgruntled Edomite is a demon, and a demon to behold. And this is coming, to the earth. More happenings like this on an even greater scale. You understand? This is yet another judgment from Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua a couple of days into this so-called new year. And it's only going to escalate from this point on. Because like it says in 2nd Ezra 9th chapter, all right, let's get it. Then shall we know that the Lord is starting to visit the earth in which he made. In 2nd Ezra 9:1, he answered me then and said, measure the other time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the science passage I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time when the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. All right, and the Lord is starting to visit the world which he made through prophecy. All right, and the visitations are starting to happen more frequently. All right, letting us know once again, that the Lord is closer than he's ever been. And happenings like this, and the happenings that's been happening within the house of Israel, men teaching these wayward doctrines, all right, the judgments that's been going forth, the exposure of the truth and of wickedness, all these things are signs of the Lord's return. So with that being said, it's high time, once again, for you Israelites to repent and seek the Lord now, while the Lord is still able to be found. With that being said, shalom. Stay up.